I made this.
This the rant of the real. Everybody telling lies the truth first, so it's fuck how they do feel. Or you for real? Man, put that on your mama, you a gangster and you got more shit for real. This the rant of the real. Everybody telling lies the truth first, so it's fuck how they do feel. Or you for real? Man, put that on your mama, you a gangster and you got more shit for real.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to Rant to the Real. The power of real niggas get on here and rant. This is the #1 podcast in the top 50. No need to look that up. Google is wrong. They're stealing your data right now. Don't trust the niggas. I am your host, Uncle Trav, the hardest working podcaster in the world. Now start your day off with eggs, bacon vibes, and I'm the fucking vibes. It's a rainy day today. It's real cold. Real meh kind of day. Don't really feel like going to work today, but you know work must be done. Doesn't change the fact that I don't want to do it. It was crazy, if I hadn't used all of like my sick time in the beginning of the year, I probably would not be here today. Or going to work today. They would have missed me. And I'd have been okay with that. But no, these are all in the beginning of the goddamn year. And I went the entire year with little to no calls after. So no, it's a good year. I typically don't do that. These motherfuckers would have not seen me the entire fucking back half of the year. 2025 though. We know how to fix it. Alright, Trav, we gotta get into it. I don't normally talking like newsy stuff, but there's some things that must be seen and they must be heard because y'all don't know what's happening. Y'all don't know what's going on. So I'm gonna tell you. And the video I'm gonna show you is crazy, but you can actually find the longer video online on the specific news channel that it was taken from. So I encourage y'all to watch that shit. That shit is wild. But this is what the American media won't show you. They'll show you half of it. So you know how Israel and Gaza are beefing in conflict because Gaza lives in the land that the Israelites want, and not the Israelites, I'm sure, the Jews. That's it. The Jews want the land that the Gaza people live in, right? And they'll do anything to get that land. And they have been doing anything to get that fucking land. And they've been bombing them people. They've been shooting them people. They don't give a flying fuck. And on the other hand, them people also been on some demon shit too. But the Jews are getting in boats. They taking their children, they taking their husbands and wives, whatever. They're getting in boats. And they go as close as possible to Gaza. And they watch them be bombed. They watch them get shot up. They watch and listen to the screams and tears of these people. And justifying it and saying it'll all be okay, everyone will all be Jewish. I don't know what that sounds like to you, but that sounds like ethnic cleansing in its purest form. If I'm not mistaken, isn't that what Hitler did?
That same night, while Gaza is relentlessly being erased, they took a boat with the first families, ready to occupy the land of those who are being killed and starved to death.
מטרה של גרעיני ההתיישבות
להתקרב ככל האפשר לעזה, לראות את עזה כולה ולהבין שמעתה והלאה עזה תהיה כולה יהודית.
בעזרת השם, עם ישראל ינצח ונזכה לבנות ולראות בשוב השם לציון ובשוב עם ישראל לחבל עזה.
Isn't that what he tried to do? Take their fucking land and then turn everyone to the model German citizen he wanted? Stop me if I'm wrong. And y'all can see, read the shit for yourself. That's what the lady said. These ain't my words, these are her words. I believe this is the Holocaust with extra steps. They doing the exact same shit. It's funny it's like, oh no, the Jews. And then they do the exact same fucking thing that was done to them 50 years ago. Maybe a little longer. Uh, 77 years ago. Okay. 77 years later, you guys were like, hold on. Maybe Adolf wasn't around. Let him cook. Maybe we do need to get rid of those guys. And what's crazy is the fucking Jews saying it. It's not even anyone else saying it. It's the people that everyone defended tooth and nail for, was ready to die about. Like, yo, you say anything wrong about the Jews, your job's done, your life's done, your money's done, everything's done. All because of what? Cultural reparations and shit, because of what they had to go through, what they lost. And then they turn around and do the same fucking thing. Insane. And I don't understand why niggas don't see that as the bigger picture. It's like, don't repeat the cycle. I know y'all want to, but it's like, oh, you hate the white man so bad, cool, but don't turn around and do the exact same fucking thing. Makes you look hypocritical. It makes it feel like, well, you even now. So now everything that happened to you is all good. One hand washed the other, balanced out. These motherfuckers is taking boats. They're taking their children to go see other kids die. Is crazy to me. Like, you really gotta be one sick fuck to get to do some shit like that. And they had put it on the news. All because y'all want their fucking land. This is World War II all over again. In the exact same order. Hitler wanted the land, Hitler wanted the ethnic cleanse. What's the difference? I think the only difference is that what 77 years ago would be 1950? Maybe 1950s? No. I'm tripping. 60s, 70s? Somewhere around there? Yeah, I think it'd be 70s, 30. No, I was right. It'd be the 50s, 1950s. The only difference is that back then there wasn't really war crimes. Like, they didn't have the Geneva Convention really saying, oh, you can't do this, you can't do that. They had experimental weapons. They were experimenting on people. They were just doing heinous things because fuck it, no one would stop them. I think the only difference between this is that if you do heinous things and war crimes, there will be someone to stop you and put an end to this shit. But why? I don't think they land. It's the same thing with the Russia and Ukraine. It's Hitler with extra steps. But you know, it's crazy is a lot of people ain't gonna see it. It's gonna fly over their head, yo. They gotta stop watching shit like CNN and Fox News and shit like that. Actually find them news channels, them YouTube channels, some shits where they actually show you the news from over there, where they don't censor, because fuck them kids. The news reporter might get shot on 7 o'clock news. It's a possibility. Yeah, watch those. They're gonna tell you what's really happening in the Middle East. Granted, it might not be in English. You'll figure it out. We live in a world where there's like, I don't know, over 300 something languages, and that's just being nice. You should know more than English. Like, realistically, you need to look forward and just be like, you know what? You're right. I know we work with, in the U.S. alone, I think the second most common language is Spanish. You don't know the bare minimum, bro. You can't have a bullshit conversation. I mean, fuck. You don't gotta speak 9 languages, but have 2 on your palate. There's no reason why we only speak English and then I don't need to learn that shit. Why not? They'll pay you to do it. If you'll make more money if you can speak another language. There's no point in being ignorant. Just because you don't know how to do something doesn't mean you shouldn't know how to do it. I'm trying to tell motherfuckers that all the time. Ignorance is not bliss, yo. I be having to educate motherfuckers at work. Just because you don't know how to do something is not an excuse not to do it. You should probably learn how to do it. And if a lot of shit's gonna have to come from self-taught, it sucks. I know. I have done it multiple times and currently still doing it to this day on multiple different avenues. But you get it. Once you finally get it, you get it. But nah, y'all should really learn another language. Y'all should really watch this news channel. And even if you don't know what they're saying, because sometimes it's translated, sometimes it's not. But even if you don't know what they're saying, just watch it. You can read body language. You can clearly see fucking AKs waving around. That's obviously not a good sign. Fucking, I don't know. As a human race, we need to do better. And as Americans, we need to do better. And we need to stop giving into this shit. We need to stop sending our money over there. Fuck them people. Let them figure their own shit out. We should stop bailing everyone out just because we can. Why are we getting involved in this Ukraine shit? They don't want to be part of the UN. They want nothing to do with a United Nations. Why the fuck are we sending them aid? Why are we feeding them? Why are we getting them money? Why are we sending them troops? They don't fucking want it. They didn't want it then, why do they want it now? Times is hard. Shit getting rough for them, and now they're screaming for help. Should have used the contingency plan when it was offered. They didn't want it. Fuck them. Same thing with this. Why are we getting involved in this shit? They hungry? Fuck them. That's not our business. They didn't want to do anything to do with us when we offered, sign this pact. We'll be your protector, but just know, they come with it. They didn't want what it came with. Now when it's time for help, who can save us? No, they didn't want it. Don't come over here now. I don't see why we spending our money over there feeding homeless and helping, feeding the hungry and all this other shit in our own backyard ain't together. You can't influence the world when you can't influence your home. You know what I mean? A lot of them don't understand what that means, so I'm gonna tell you. If you can't get your own kids to go to bed at 8 o'clock, how you gonna get somebody else's kids to go to bed at 8 o'clock? If you're a social worker and you can't handle your own kids and none of your tactics work in your own home, how do you think it's gonna work out in that field? You gotta first win the war on your home turf before you can win the war out there. And America ain't even right here. You got homeless motherfuckers. The homeless population is increasing by the day, by the hour. You got people that are hungry, starving here. They don't have anything to feed these people, but for 4 cents a day we can feed them. That don't make no goddamn sense. And I'm not saying we shouldn't eventually, but right now we got our own fucking crisis to worry about. Inflation is at an all-time high. They keep making shit that no one can afford. I'm not understanding how people are buying it. Are they only targeting the whales? The 1%ers? Does that what's keeping America afloat is the 1%? Because if that's the case, that's insane. What are they really buying? And I always hate when I see comments when you're like, oh, this person has this much money, they could buy a $10 million car, but they can't feed the homeless. That's not their job. These people worked hard for their money. They did whatever they had to do to make that $10 million to buy whatever the fuck they want with it. It's not up to Jeff Bezos to feed the fucking homeless people in fucking Louisiana. It's the state's job. The state, this country should be doing it. Don't put that all on one fucking person because they found a way out. That shit is dumb. Would you do the same if you had $10 million? I guarantee you wouldn't. You'd be buying supercars too. But enough of that newsy shit. Oh nah, we not off the newsy shit because the news they've been newsing lately. I want y'all to know that I never wish this on anyone, but Diddy is going to jail. The facts are the facts, and he is going to jail. I understand the feds took this case over, and when the feds come to you, they have been watching you do you for months, possibly years. There's a reason why feds don't, when you do fed time, you don't get to do half and do the other half from parole. Ain't none of that shit. You just do that whole time. There's a reason why you do 10 plus years when you go to the feds. You don't go to the feds for 2 or 3 years. No. 10 and up, buddy. There's a reason why you are a resident for a very long time in a federal penitentiary. They watched you commit atrocities, and they let you do it. They knew about it when you did the first one. And then they were like, well, let's see if you do it again. And again. And again. And then they'll send someone to get in your camp, and that person will probably pay you to do it. And just keep watching you do it, and rack and rack and rack and rack. Prime example, my homeboy. He's in jail. He did a federal, the feds came after him. They knew about the first robbery. They let him do 12 more. After the first one, they knew where he was. They knew he did it. And they said, do it again. He did it 12 more times. And then they kicked the fucking door down and arrested the whole entire house. And then told him, this is what we know. This is your offer. There's no need to talk. The state doesn't know shit. You can do something, the state will pick you up and arrest you, and scramble to figure it the fuck out. The state is guilty until proven innocent. You know what I mean? The feds is innocent until proven guilty. The feds already know though. They already hit you with the 4K video, the wiretaps, all that. They not coming to play. They're not asking you what you did. They already know what you did. The state is asking. The state wants you to talk. You can skate when the state comes to knock at your door. When the feds come, no. They already know. They understand one of the major charges in this case that's really fucking Diddy up is racketeering. That is what they use to arrest the mob with. Racketeering is legal enterprises doing illegal shit. Johnson & Johnson, the baby oil company, the baby shampoo, all that shit, right? But they also sell coke. They also do murder for hire. That would be racketeering. they also selling guns. You gotta understand, he doing all this shit, and it's racketeering. All that, they putting all that in one, the prostitution, the guns he had in his crib, all that shit, racketeering. You know what that means, right? It's not just one person. The indictment list, when they finally drop the rest of these names, it's gonna be at least like 12 other motherfuckers on that as well. You think 12 people want to go to jail for some shit they ain't really do? Guarantee you don't. Let's think about it. Let's say, let's say, we all know Diddy likes to party, right? And he say, we doing XXXYZ. You gotta understand, Diddy makes 10 million, he gonna break off like 3. And he gonna pay down with it. So let's say the next 2 niggas in line, he get him as 3, and he say, pay everybody with that. Well, they gonna keep 2. So now, the 2 niggas down, they got $1 million, they got $1 million just to spend. That pays down. Now let's say the nigga that only made, I don't know, $200K. You think he willing to go to jail for some $200,000? This is just an analogy. But, let's be real, no. When you get hit with racketeering and you are the leader of that shit, they have made you orchestrated this whole thing. If it wasn't for you, none of this would exist. You're done. Someone's snitching. And if one person gives them a statement, you might as well hang it the fuck up. That's what the fuck Young Thug is over there fighting for. He just needs one person. He needs every single last person on that indictment list to shut the fuck up. But they haven't. They all started talking. They all started saying shit. Woody, Gunna, they started talking. He's going to jail. Then you gotta think about it. They was picking up people from making the band. When they had Diddy over there doing all that crazy shit, them niggas fighting over beds, and they bring up all these old interviews that people was talking about how they went over his house and the shit was wild. Wicketry. Wicked teens. It's over. For the Puff Daddy, Love, Pete Dizzle, whatever the fuck his names. Yo, they put all his names in the fucking indictment thing. They even put the freak offs. Like, yo, this shit is like, yo, go watch the news. Go they did the live with a state, or not a state, when a prosecutor read the charges. Shit's is wild, yo. I mean, you know what's crazy though? It's really all just sex crimes. Like, I understand, yeah. He had some drugs. They was all recreational. They wasn't even, like, he wasn't even selling drugs. They were taking the drugs. That's like the worst thing to go to jail for. Like, when you get hit with like this distributing and shit, and it's like, damn, bro. I bought, 7 grams of coke for me. I ain't buy that shit to sell. I'm not saying that's for me. But I'm saying, like, when you bought some shit that's for use, like, you know what? I ain't gonna wanna go to get drugs for the week, so I'm just buying a week's worth. And then you get hit with distributing, and it's like, fuck, I was gonna do all that. That's the same shit with Diddy. He was gonna do all that. Hey, you go to jail for sex shit is crazy, because it's like, damn, you about to be in there with all violent ass, thugnificent motherfuckers, and all you did was aggressively like booty. That shit was. Yo. Yeah, man, I could never. I gotta learn to chill the fuck out. I've come to the realizations I know why people like Andrew Tate and people like him. There's Andrew Tate for men, and then there's Andrew Tate for women. Trust me, I do not know the woman version. If I knew one, I would say their name, but I don't. But I know they exist, and I hear about them. I just don't care to look into them, because I don't like that shit. Because, let me tell you why. I understand young men and young women are very impressionable, and They want to be loved, they want friends, they want to be accepted, they want all this stuff that comes with it, right? And growing up, you are taught you are nothing. The world and everyone in it will let you know you are nothing. You ain't shit, you ain't special, you'll never be. Just go ahead and kill yourself. That's basically what the world tells you. And you see it all on day to day. You see it in the lies. Everything you see is glittering and it's gold. You know what I mean? Like, oh, this person has the perfect life, this person has the perfect whatever, and basically you'll never have it. And that sucks, because you see the shit is flaunted in your face, but there's nothing you can do about it. And a lot of people resent that, and they get angry, and they're like, why I ain't enough? Then you have the Andrew Tates of the world who say, it's women's fault. It's men's fault. If these niggas was shit, and majority of them ain't shit, you wouldn't live like this. You wouldn't feel like this. You're worth it. These bitches ain't shit. Hold your head up. These people blame the opposite sex, and that has nothing to do with them. It has everything to do with the fact that some people are just losers. What to tell y'all, that's what it is. Some of y'all just straight up weenies, and y'all gotta figure that the fuck out. But, no, for real, the impressionableism is like, yo, it's women's fault that you're like this. Don't let these bitches lie to you. 50-50. There are people that believe that it's the opposite sex role to take care of them. Male or female, they believe that I shouldn't have to take care of me. That's that person's job. And I think that's where we run into a lot of problems and breakdowns, because who came up with this idea? What happened to the 50-50 meet in the middle type joint? Like, everything isn't like always about money orchestrated. It can just be about other things as well. And I think a lot of the impressionable people, they see this, they see all these people, they see the flashiness, the money, the cars, the lifestyle, and they just assume, oh, this motherfucker, right, he cooking, she cooking. And a lot of people mix their personal experiences with what the rhetoric these people are spewing, and it must make sense. These bitches ain't shit. These niggas ain't shit. You got people that went through some shit because they dealt with ain't shit people, and then they went back to back. They doubled down on it. They went multiple stretches of ain't shit people, and then just assume that, men or women is the problem. Or some people ain't even actually went through anything. They just watched other people do it, and just assume, oh, these people is the problem. Like, boom. I ain't never been married, but watching other failed marriages makes me feel, the fuck I want to be married for? This just sounds horrible. This just gonna leave and take all my money in 20 years, and now I'm stuck looking dumb. Hell no. But that's not the case though. But I can't judge other people's failed attempts on a whole idea, concept, or a whole fucking thing, right? Like, just because 10 people's marriages failed doesn't mean that marriages failed. It just means those 10 people failed. You know what I mean? Just because I found 10 ain't shit bitches don't mean every single last one in the city ain't shit. Them 10 ain't shit. And there's a level of accountability that comes into that. Like, there's a point where you have to be like, you know what am I doing wrong? I keep finding the exact same people. Like, I'm running into these people. I'm picking them. I'm saying yes to them. I'm seeing the same flags and patterns, and I'm still accepting it. I hung out with this girl, right? Had a great time. Vibe was immaculate. But there were signs that were showing me this bitch ain't shit. the biggest sign that was directly in my face in neon fucking lights was when she answered the phone, cussing somebody out on the phone. She got cussed out, and then her whole mood changed. She was all grumpy and shit. And then it was like, oh yeah, that's my brother, he wanna hang out, but fuck him. Yeah, you think I'm an idiot. What happens is, you got a nigga, but he ain't acting right. So, your mind, you single. And when he finally act right, you gonna block every single last person you let on and go be with this nigga. Cool, do you? But I ain't sticking around for that shit. I immediately left that bitch alone. You know why? Because the signs were there that this bitch ain't shit. Why do I need to stay around to see further that she ain't shit? The very first fucking sign she gave me, she wasn't shit. I'm not gonna stay around for that shit. I'm also not gonna blame her and be like, oh, these hoes ain't shit. She showed me she wasn't shit. The fuck do I need to be heartbroken for to learn the lesson? You know what I mean? You motherfuckers get the lesson early when they come through with the slaps and the light and the yelling. And then that shit escalates. And now you full on eye on squeeze and a neck brace in the hospital talking about some these niggas ain't shit. No. The very first sign that the nigga wasn't shit was when the motherfucker yelled at you and punched some hole in the wall and threw some shit at you. You knew it was violent then. But no. Kept letting the shit slide. And now you can't let the shit slide no more because now you're in a precarious situation. Your kid's taken away from you. Your eye fucking hit out your socket. And now you're sitting there wondering what happened. He was never a nice dude. Never. He was never a good guy. Ever. Not one day in his life was he a good fucking man. Nigga ain't even bring you no motherfucking flowers. I told y'all last time, flowers is $12. That nigga can't bring you $12 of flowers. Leave that nigga alone. And I'm not one of them motherfuckers that's always like, oh, you need to check off on these hoes. Fuck these hoes. These hoes don't get shit. But do the bare minimum. You know what I mean? At least pretend. Make someone feel special. Don't just immediately just re-fucking like. At least someone make someone feel good for the 5 minutes of happiness. You know what I mean? Like, god damn. The money you was gonna spend on the weed, get some candy, bro. Something. But now, the internet is really got people feeling the way they feel. And you got these motherfuckers that spew this rhetoric, spew this hate, spew this negativity, and then people mix their own personal history with it, and then it turns into this men versus women shit, and it turns into what a man should do and what a woman should do, and it's like, well, what the fuck do you like? Some people like people that they gotta take care of. That's their Chico bag. That's what they like. And then some people like someone that's got a little bit more money than them, and they like that type of shit. Me personally, I don't like them. I don't like them super driven work motherfuckers. I don't fuck with it. I did do your thing, shorty love. I ain't mad at you. I'm not attracted to that. She's working 4+ jobs. I'm cool on you. I know what that comes with. It's busy. Motherfuckers 9 out of 10 disrespectful. I'm cool on it. I'm not attracted to that. Other people are. Some niggas want someone that work 24/7, 9 days a week. And I mean, they got 9 jobs. I'm not fucking with that. Somebody else might well. That's perfectly fine. It's what do you like? Now, I also don't want to bum business just sitting around doing nothing, but at the same time, I'm mixing me, you know what I mean? I get written, I talk to people, I have fun, I'm enjoying my 20s, I don't know about y'all, but motherfuckers that work, that's thriving and pay bills like they work to pay bills, no. I leave them the fuck alone, because A, I'm not taking over a bill, Not paying the phone, cable, card, and none of that shit. Those are not my bills. I didn't put them responsibilities on me. You did. You wanted these things, you can continue to pay for them. Or don't. Or find someone that is the kind of dude that pays for that kind of stuff. I'm not him. So I don't even mess with them. I also don't want no lazy bum bitch that's just sitting around doing nothing either. Cause like, you got too much free time in your hands. Idle time kills the mind. So it's like, you gotta find a happy medium. And then like, the college is driven or like, just getting a degree, I don't even bother them either. I understand how it is I don't want you to fail or fuck around fucking with me. I'm gonna leave you alone too. In the middle, it's kind of where I typically go. The reason why a lot of these friendships, relationships, whatever fail is because they do not meet what the fuck I'm looking for. I do not want no busy ass, constantly working bitch. I respect you, baby. Get your paper, pay the motherfucking bills. But I do not want no bitch that's in survival mode. That's just not gonna work for me. And a lot of y'all don't know what that means. So y'all figure it out. You can YouTube it, Google it. I don't give a damn. I think the biggest lie we can tell somebody is we can be friends. Just because you checked out doesn't mean they checked out. And to tell someone and expect them to want to be friends with you after you realize the flame is not there is just straight up nefarious. Like, that shit is insane. Because at one point, y'all did love each other. You know what I mean? Like, this person loved you, that person loved you, loved that person, whatever the case may be, right? It's not fair for you to then say, let's just be friends, and then expect them to be okay with it. That's where the problem lies. Like, you expected them to be okay with the fact that we ain't fucking around with each other no more. I don't like you. That's basically what you're saying. I don't like you, and we just need to be friends about it. And I'm not saying that people don't, fall off. Like, there's times when it's just like, this ain't gonna work no more. The flame is gone. It's burnt out. That happens. We are adults. It happens. You know what I mean? Sometimes you just can't rekindle it. Sometimes you've been trying and it ain't working. I get it. Whatever your reason is. But if you just want to call it quits, don't sit there and be like, let's be friends. Let's call a whole rat and just tell them, like, yo, you need to cut ties. Trying to be friends with someone you're freshly out of a relationship with is just nefarious. So you gotta find a way to end it amicably. And then maybe down the road you can be friends. Maybe like 5-10 years later, when both of y'all officially have gotten over each other, you can be friends. Because yeah, you checked out, but then maybe down the road you might want to check back in. Everybody always got them second thoughts, like, damn, did I fuck up? Like, damn, was this the right choice? Like, eventually it hits you, like, damn, should we have actually done that? Whether you go back and try to, like, get your freak on is another story, but it still will hit you, like, damn, was this the right decision? Should I have done this? Should I have left my person? But nah. Don't lie to these people. Tell them straight up. Like, it's just not working and you want to part ways for a while. Or you want to part ways in general. But don't lie to these motherfuckers that say we should be friends. You know damn well that you do not want to be friends. Alright, y'all. We gotta get the fuck out of here. We gotta call it a day. We gotta call it quits. I always keep pushing shit to the last minute, and I gotta stop doing that. There's no reason for me to be living life on the edge like this. But we do it, and we do it with a smile. We happily live the way we live, like curious pirates. Nah, but no, we gotta call it a day. We gotta end it. We got places to be. We got lives to save. Gotta go be Batman. Tune in next week.